What do we got going on today?
The journey. So, one of the reasons that we all come to the States from back in the day, it was about higher education.
Okay.
And there's a history to word this. Back in the 50s, right? In the 50s, late 50s, there was this man, this icon of a man called Tom Mboya.
Okay.
And he introduced something called an airlift.
What's an air? Well, I know what an airlift
Basically, it was an airlift from the 254 from Kenya to these United States.
Okay.
The first corral of students that really made it here was in September of 1959. There were I think 81 of them. The first group of students that left Kenya to come to the United States through this program. And guess who was the most pronounced, who's actually left a legacy in America today?
Who would that be?
The father to the number 44, the father to Barack Obama himself.
Oh, wow.
Was part. Imagine that. Imagine.
Awesome.
So if this program never started, America wouldn't have a
Barack Obama.
So, America, now you know.
Wow.
ADC.
There you go.
Trivia. So I got this guy now. It's Airlift 2.0.
Yeah.
This guy has come in and done what he's got to do, and he's taking that program from back when, and he's reliving it in the 21st century.
All right.
My host today from Zoomland, all the way from Florida himself. My goodness, an icon in of himself. Mr. Mwiti, Bob Mwiti, Karibu to the Africa Diaspora Connects.
I love the introduction, man. That's really good.
Seriously, this program, this is what gave America a president back in the 50s. Back in the 50s, and now here you are. So you have some big shoes to fill. You have some really big shoes to fill. Before we get started, let me tell everyone here, listen guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Africa Diaspora Connects, man. Find us on Facebook, that's where we are. We're on Instagram. All the links, description. Once you go on YouTube, there's a little arrow. Click that arrow below there. Everything is in there. So, I'm going to pay some bills today. Today's sponsor, once again, Jenga Business Services, LLC, located in Waltham, Massachusetts. All your personal taxes, business, and nonprofit tax services. Contact Sam Jenga at 781-799-6105. SBA loans and PPP. Application, contact them. IRS, actuary enrolled, he does it all. Sam Jenga. Wanamiti, now it is you, my brother. Now, Bob, Karibu sana.
Asante sana. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity on your platform.
Man, no, this is what we need. I read your bio. Oh my goodness, such humble beginnings, the slopes of Mount Kenya. Huh?
Yeah.
You're right there. Slopes of Mount Kenya. Oh my God. I saw that. You went to Nairobi school. You couldn't afford your fees. You had to go back to Nkubu. Huh? Yes. All over again, humble beginning, raised by your grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Amazing story. And then finally, you enroll at Strathmore University. So listen, that's a good thing. I never got to the university level, but listen, we're there during the high. So we have that in common right there. So my friend, Padre, is called Ochuodo. He's the guy, the chancellor. You ever heard that name? Padre. His name is Silvano Ochuodo. You ever heard that name? He used to be my class. He used to copy all my notes, but story for another day. Welcome. Your story's amazing. You came to the States. You struggled. You swept floors, MBA in accounting, and you decided IT is your next frontier, Oracle, and you have now transformed your life, and you're giving back.
Yes.
And that in of itself is amazing. Let's start with yourself. Let's start with your company. How did you come to form this amazing company? It's called Abstec, I do believe, Abstec.
Yes, it's called Abstec America. Well, like you said, I got into the tech industry once I graduated from school. I realized that I think that's really where opportunities were. I was struggling so much, getting a job and all that. And then I worked in the industry, not for a long time, actually. I worked in the tech industry for about 5 years. And then I think I got tired.
Okay.
I mean, when I was working there, really, I started finding opportunities. I started, like, I'm one of those people, like, I make a lot of, I network with a lot of people and I keep those connections. And, there's some of the recruiters that had given me the jobs when I was working. And, I started referring, consultants to them.
Okay.
And I started making some money on the side, and I decided, hey, you know what? I think maybe I can even do this, as a company.
There we go.
And I formed the company basically as a consulting firm, to do placement services. And, it has metamorphosed into other things, but that's really how I started. In 2017, once I got my green card.
Okay, amazing stories. So I'm in talent acquisition as well, so we can share that fact. I'm talent acquisition, getting that, America needs talent. I like in one of your shows, you talk about the lack of IT, of IT talent in this here country. You walk around any building, any establishment, who do you see? You see Asians, you see Indians.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
What it is.
That's they dominate. They dominate.
They dominate. I mean, 78% of those who work there, Asians.
That is so true. So you found a niche, you found somewhere that you can be able to fill a gap. So now take us now to this program. Why, how did your journey, how did you now realize, wait, look, I'm doing all this here. How did it now reflect, listen, let me start affecting people from the homeland, the motherland, the slopes, my own village of Meru. How did you get that concept to get this thing going?
Well, you see, because I came to the US as an international student.
Understood.
And there's a lot of challenges that I faced. Me, I was denied visa 4 times. Before I got here, I struggled a lot. Okay.
I hear you.
I wanted to leave Kenya immediately I had finished my high school. Okay. And it took me 8 good years before I finally got here. I was denied visa 4 times. Okay. So when I got here, when I graduated from school with an MBA, I was struggling finding, jobs. And that's really how I got into the tech space, because I couldn't find a job, with the kind of qualification that I had. I had a Bachelor of Commerce degree from Kenya in accounting and finance.
Amazing.
And then I had an MBA in accounting here in the US, but I couldn't even find a job as a staff accountant.
Man.
So that's how I was able to, I was looking at what Indians were doing, and I was able to figure out that they are getting into the tech space and they are getting jobs. And that's really how I got into the tech industry. Now, having seen those struggles, of, coming here, trying to get here, not being able to get, visas, coming here, not being able to figure out how to find good jobs once I graduated from school, I realized there must be a lot of other Africans or other Kenyans out there that could be facing similar challenges, and also challenges to do with finding, funding for their education, because as you can imagine, education here in the US is very, very expensive. So one night, I woke up like in the middle of the night, and, I was thinking about this and, how to come up with, the program, how to structure it. And I woke up and then I came down to my, home office, which is downstairs. And I started writing the, the handbook for the program. And initially I structured in such a way that, I could look for, funding, in terms of loans, in terms of, scholarships and all that. And then also the students would subscribe to the program, and like on a monthly basis. But then now I started talking about it like on social media. I'm big on social media, like I do a lot of publishing out there. Then someone out there heard about it. At the time I was calling the program International Scholars Program. And, someone, heard about it, and then they told some of their a friend of them from Kenya, who happened to be a member of county assembly, that, there's this program, there's a guy here who is trying to come up with something that, can potentially bring, students to America. And this guy reached out to me. He was given my contact details. He reached out to me and he said, hey, you know what, Bob? I want to talk to you about what you are trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently also you wanted to, to help out in something similar.
Yep.
He's a young guy, he's in the 30s, just
Yep.
like me.
Yep.
And he told me, like, I think we can work together.
Uh-huh.
And that's really now when we came up together, we restructured the whole program. We started calling it the Kenya Airlift Program. Also through him, now he brought new ideas also about forming a circle within the program.
That was amazing.
Where we can have a revolving fund. And that's really how the program came about.
I was reading your history. I was watching some of your clips. Let's start with this SACCO, all right? The SACCO that was formed. And how does it work? How does this SACCO work in of itself? How does it sustain itself?
Yeah, so this Kenya Airlift program, there's the things that you are really trying to solve. One of them is issue to do with finding funding here in the US,
yes.
All right, in terms of awards, and we fund the program through graduate assistantship awards and unsecured international student loans. And then also the other thing that we are really trying to solve is the issue of good jobs in corporate America.
Yeah.
A lot of our people they don't really have good jobs. I mean, as Africans, we are one of the most educated groups of immigrants in the US.
You can say
but
that
actually,
again.
you don't make a lot of money,
even
though you are very, very highly educated.
Very true.
Okay, and most of the time is because, I don't know. I mean, most people, maybe no one told them, how they can get maybe into well-paying jobs in corporate America.
Very true.
Maybe most of them, they have education, but they don't have the right immigration documents. Because if you don't have the right documents, even if you have a degree, man, you can't really, you can't work in corporate world.
And I'm so glad you're saying that, because I actually covered those two specific areas on previous shows: how to land the jobs, how to land the jobs, and also about immigration. We need to understand and learn these things. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So immigration papers and good jobs in corporate world and getting funded for the schools. So those are the three issues that we are trying to solve in this Kenya Airlift program. Not just bring the students here, okay?
Yeah.
Bringing them, making sure that they get, they graduate and they get good jobs once they graduate from school. And then also making sure that they're able to get papers through employment, because I got my green card through employment. So it's possible.
So
the US government actually gives papers to brilliant, aliens, or they call them aliens. So, if you are smart and you have the right skills, the government can give you green card.
So you went through the OPT H1B. Is that what you did?
Yes. I went through OPT. I got H1B visa, and then after that, I got the employment-based green card. So I actually preach what I've gone through.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, to come back to the question that you asked me about the SACCO.
Yeah.
So we realized, even though we are able to get people funded here in the US, right? Sometimes also, back home, there's a lot of people are poor, and sometimes you can get even someone a scholarship, but they may not even be able to raise the air ticket.
They can't even raise the ticket to go to the airport. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Forget about that. Going to the airport is a problem.
Yes. Yeah. So we figured that, because that whole process of relocating to the US as an international student, it takes a lot of time and it requires money.
Herculean.
There's costs that are associated with you studying for your GMAT exams, costs associated with immunization, costs for visa fees, air tickets, and all that. So we realized students may need some money still.
Yeah.
So that's why we formed the SACCO, so that we can have a revolving fund where now the students, those who are really, really interested in joining the program, they contribute to that SACCO. We contribute $1,000.
1,000 shillings or 1,000 shillings or dollars?
$1,000.
Wow.
So they contribute $1,000, and then now the SACCO, at the time now of relocation, once they get into the program, they've gone through everything, they passed their GMAT exams, we've been able to get them, the schools here, they've been accepted, we've gotten the funding and all that, and they've gotten the visas. Now, at the time of relocation, the SACCO gives them 3 times as much as what they contributed. So that will take care of their air tickets. Also, it takes care of their, few months of, accommodation expenses and all that. So that's really what the SACCO, why we formed the SACCO. But also, because part of what we do in terms of financing for the program, in terms of tuition, we work with external lenders who offer unsecured international student loans.
Empower, what do they call? Is that Empower? Who's that? Empower? What is the name? What was the name?
Yeah, we have a lender called Empower.
Okay.
We also have another lender called Prodigy Finance. So those two lenders, they offer international student loans that doesn't require any consignor.
No, they're unsecured.
Yes, they are unsecured. All you need to do is to be smart.
What's a catch? Oh, just being smart. That's a catch.
Yeah, you have to be smart because what they do, these lenders, they are not stupid. So they know that someone can actually, get the loan and then they disappear. But the way they look at, the way they do the underwriting is that you have to show that you are, because they give you the loan hoping that you are someone who can be able to get a job. Okay. And someone who can be able to get a job, that person should be smart. Okay. And someone who is smart, they should be able to get a very good GMAT score, GRE score.
Understood.
Okay. So your GMAT or GRE score will count towards whether you can be able to get this loan or not. And that's why we require like really, really good students in the program. Okay, because they don't just want to lend to just anybody just because you want a loan. Okay, you have to be brilliant. And also, they mostly also support like really good programs, and they don't just work with any school out there. They work like with really good schools because they also know that students, for example, who are doing like IT related master's programs, they are usually like really smart students.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the chances of lending to the right student or the right candidate, is high when you are dealing with that caliber of students.
And that led to my next point, actually.
Yes, sir.
The underwriting. So these kids have to be smart. So let's go back. What do they have to achieve back in Kenya? They have to be what level? Do they have to be enrolled in university? Are they coming out of high school? What are the demographics of these students coming into this program? And what
so for the Kenya Airlift program, we don't take undergraduate students. It's a purely graduate level studies program. It's for masters, not even PhD. It's master's level.
Okay.
And the student has to be willing to study an IT-related master's program. Okay. We mostly focus on analytics, business analytics, data analytics, data science. And we do this because of the fact that also when the students are here, we train them on the side as they pursue their masters. So that's why I was telling you, like, we also want to help them find jobs. But the only way that we can be able to do that also is by training them on job skills when they are here in the US. So as they pursue their masters, we also train them on the side. As a company, we do training programs, okay? We have training programs on robotics, process automation, like the latest IT skills. Okay, we have training programs on artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have training programs on Oracle, cloud financials. Okay, so these students, as they pursue their masters, mostly in business analytics, data science, we also train them on these other skills on the side so that now when they graduate from school, they have the skills that are needed to help them find good jobs in corporate America, which we're going to help them out because also we do placement services. Okay, now,
wow.
For a student to be able to handle all that, because it's a lot of work.
It is.
The student has to be smart and they have to have scored at least a B in KCSE combined with a second-class division in any major. You don't have to have an undergraduate in IT.
And for those who are listening, to score that back in the motherland, a B in the motherland and a B in the US are totally different things. Getting a B in the motherland, I'm telling you guys, I have an audience here. Getting a B was the hardest thing ever, you know? I was what we call a desk mate. I had a lot of D's. I was a desk mate, but I'm in America. Life goes on.
It's not easy scoring a B.
I get it. So that's a cutoff. So that is a cutoff. And then what else do they have to amplify? I mean, it's I'm assuming these are people coming from poverty-stricken families.
Yes.
Income, if for example, I live in Lavington, can I get into that program and we live in a $10 million house? Can I get to that? Can I come to that program?
We don't discriminate in terms of your ability.
Why? Why don't you? I think you should. You should discriminate. They shouldn't be in that program. They should not be in that program.
I mean, what we really look at is your brain ability, right? If you have the brains and you really want to get into the tech space, yes, you can get into the program, and if you have the brains, no problem.
But I'm thinking, just me. I mean, like I said, I'm also in talent acquisition also. But I think also, let me tell you something. There's no shame in my game. Affirmative action is good. I believe in affirmative action. Listen, I'll take it. You give it to me, I'll take it. And so from this program, yes, you should Meru right there in Kubu. Then you go to Lodwa. And you come to my village called Nganda, somewhere there. If you live in Karen or you live in Muthaiga, I don't see why you should be in that program. That's just my 2 cents anyhow. I'm just saying it like it is. So these students are selected. They're highly qualified. They're in the SACO, and then how do the fees? How does that work? So the company there, Empower, whoever now, the unsecured loans, and this is the 10-year period. You mentioned about the 10-year period. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So this whole process of relocating to the US as a student, it's quite a process, yeah. So once the student enrolls into the program, so what we start now doing is the student now starts preparing for the entrance exam. It's called GMAT, Graduate Management Admissions Test. Okay. This is an exam that they have to do for them to get accepted to these schools that we work with. We work with like really top schools, because also see at the end of the day, for you even to get these graduate assistantship awards that we normally apply to through the program to these schools, you also have to be competitive. Like you have to show that you're smart.
Absolutely.
Because these are merit-based. Okay, so they study for these GMAT exams. We give them all the materials that they need. We form a group where we discuss everything that needs to be discussed, and they study for that. It takes on average like about 6 months. Then now, if the student passes the GMAT exam, the minimum score that we require in that GMAT exam is a 550 out of 800. It's not an easy score to get, by the way.
I heard. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's not an easy score to get, but it's just the bare minimum. Okay, because remember also, these IT analytics master's programs, you are competing with Asians. Mostly these master's programs in the US, most of the students who are in those programs, they're usually Asians.
They are.
And these guys, they score very, very highly in the GMAT exam.
They started
like 700 and above.
They started programming when they were 2 years old. I mean, these kids are out of this world. I get it.
Yes.
I give my son a hard time. My son is a computer engineer major. And when he was younger, when he was just laying in his bed playing his game, I'm like, listen, there's a kid in China who's going to compete for your job. I was telling him, get off that game. There's a kid in China right now who's doing programming in C++ and doing something in Python. And you're here playing these stupid games. Get to work. Absolutely.
I'm telling you, those Asian kids, they do really, really well in these GMAT exams.
Yeah.
Okay. And because also they know, mostly these good schools, if for them to offer you a graduate assistantship award, you also have to show that you're good. You have to have a very, very good GMAT score.
There we go.
Okay. So that's how they end up getting these graduate assistantship awards. Okay. And then also we top up, because also sometimes the school may give you an award that is not full. Sometimes we have some schools that are giving full, but other schools are giving full instead. So there's some other portion of it that you have to find money to pay. But now for that we use these lenders, external lenders, and that's where Empower and Prodigy come into the picture. So we put in the applications as part of this whole process before now the student gets the I-20 document from the school, because you have to show the school that you have the enough funds, whether it's through the graduate assistantship awards, your loan. And then now we put in the application once someone has been accepted to the school. And then now the lender, accepts approves your application for the loan. And now once you get that, we submit to the school saying that this is all we have. We've already been given the award by the department, whichever department that you are going to, whether it's business or IT. And then now with the loan letter, and then they give the I-20, and that's really what you take to the embassy. And that's now how they're able to come here. Now, these lenders, they give you time to repay your loan once you graduate from school. Okay, 6 months after you've graduated from school. Now, also what we are trying to do also, because also we don't want these students to have so much burden in terms of loan once they graduate. In fact, actually, so far, maybe a student who has taken a loan is just for the first semester. Okay, but from then on, once someone gets to school, they're able to get now these graduate assistantship awards.
That's
like
I was
on a
going to that.
continuous basis.
Yes, I was going to that.
They may
Yeah,
not even need the loan later on.
exactly.
Yes.
And that was my next point. So yeah, terrific.
You're watching Success with Bob Mwiti show, presented to you by Upstack America. Upstack America is a consulting company that helps immigrants find amazing higher education and job opportunities in the tech industry in the United States. You can find our programs by going to www.upstackamerica.com. Upstack America, we wake you up to the unlimited potential within you.
So when did your first students land? When was the first airlift? How many years ago was the first one?
We started the program in 2018.
Okay.
Initially, we are not really marketing it that much. The 2018, I think mid 2018, we didn't enroll many people. I think we had enrolled 3 students.
Excellent. You start from
it was that tough.
Yeah.
Okay, because you see also, this is a program that we run on the internet.
No,
okay,
absolutely.
Also, and there's that lack of trust with us Kenyans. Sometimes people think
it's not just Kenyans.
So good.
It's not just Kenyans. It's just it is what it is. You're trying to scam it.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is what you have to deal with. So they think that, oh man, there can't be something this good. It has to be a scam. So we found it a little bit challenging to convince people. But the first 6 months, 2018, we had enrolled about 3 students. I think it was 3. And then the first student came in 2019 fall.
Okay.
I think right now is actually in this last semester. And then the other batch of the students came in 2020 January.
And then COVID hit.
We've had 5 students who just came this January.
Terrific.
And right now we have about at least 10 who are coming in August.
Wow.
And
wow.
In terms of the number that we already have in the program, we have over 100. I think right now we have like 110 enrolled into the program, and most of those guys that they are just preparing for their GMAT exams.
I'll tell you something, Africa Diaspora Connect, we have another Black Moses right here. His name is Bob Mwiti. What he is doing, he is taking them, that journey, the Canaan journey. Bob, you are doing amazing things. And let me tell you something, this journey has only just begun. We're going to sing your praises. Tell us about all these awards. You seem to be collecting too many awards. You're getting recognition. You're getting an award. Even tomorrow, I think you have an award tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow?
Yes, and I'm so thankful to everybody out there who is recognizing the kind of work that you are trying to do here. You see, this Kenya Airlift program, it's a huge undertaking.
Beyond.
Okay, and it's a very risky one, by the way, because if anything wrong happens, this is big. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that a lot of people are recognizing the kind of work that we are really putting in, because it's huge, and it is a very, very visionary program. Now, I got also recognized. My partner, the one who is based out of Kenya, he was recognized last year by another organization based out of Nairobi. I don't remember the name of the organization.
Okay.
And then also I've been recognized by Kenya parents in the diaspora before.
Terrific.
And then also I just got another recognition that I'm going to receive that award tomorrow.
Amazing.
It's called International Council of Professional Educators or something like that. They are based out of here in the US.
Man, listen, Bob, and you're just getting started. I'm going to right now honor you. I'm also give you another honorary mention for the African Diaspora Connect. So you're now an honorary member of the African Diaspora Connect.
Awesome.
But you need to subscribe. You need to subscribe. I want to send you, because I know you haven't subscribed. I want to send you a link. You're going to hit on that subscribe button. You're going to be part of the African Diaspora family. I'm going to get you into our little network of folks over there, because we have a lot of questions, and guess what? The foundation of us, that we're so many of us.
Yes.
And there are those of us.
Awesome.
There are those of us who are getting to now come to understand and to meet one another. Because you and I, if we sat down, you and I, we can exchange. So, because like I said, talent acquisition, IT, that's my thing. I work for a Fortune 100. There's so much that we could even talk about. Maybe a program whereby some of your students could be able to apply for internships in a lot of these great organizations. And that's the connections we need. We need to really work on that, all of us here, and figure out where this journey leads. Man, guys, this African diaspora, man, this journey, once again, every time I come to the studio, and I have my audience here, man, and I keep talking to Chrissy here, it's okay, I always think, how am I going to beat the last one? Because you know how it is, Chrissy, the bar is set so high,
right.
But every time I come across a guest like you, and I'm like, you know what? Damn, we did it again. We did it again. We did it again. Bonamwiti, man, amazing things. And one last thing. Now, I'm from a village. I'm from a village called Kiambu. What can I tell my Kiambu people? Because we even have a WhatsApp group. I would like some of my Kiambu boys and girls to join this program. Where can we start? What do we need to do? What do I send? Do I send you a link? I even know the governor is on that group. Even the governor, John Nyoro, is on that group. You know, how do we start? How do I start? Because I want us to sponsor a few of my Kiambulites in there a little bit. Some materials.
Awesome. Yeah. So for anybody interested in the program, they can actually go to our website. Once you get to the website, you can just be able to navigate and be able to figure things out over there. The website is www.kenyaairliftprogram.com. Program as in PROGRAM.
Yep.
Program.com, not the other way around. We write program back in Kenya.
Got it.
So it's www.kenyaairliftprogram.com.
And we're going to have that in that description. I keep saying below, and then everyone starts looking. No, we're going to have all that information ready for you up there, Bob. Absolutely. Africa Diaspora Connect, man. Another journey, another day, another vision. We're changing lives one person at a time. We're encouraging, we are invigorating, we're doing it. And with folks like yourself, you know, this is where it's at. And for those viewers out there, if you have a story to share, please volunteer yourself. You know, we're here to listen. We're here to work with you. We're only getting started, Bob. This is only month 7 for us. This is our 7th month. We just hit 1,000 subscribers maybe a month ago. We're in diapers. We're still in diapers, man.
Awesome.
But you watch this space the same way we're going to watch your space. We're going to work together. The sky is the limit.
That's awesome, man. I mean, hitting 1,000 subscribers, it's not easy. I mean, I'm on YouTube also. I think I have like 1,300 or something like that. And it took me a while. And I think you're doing some amazing
We are.
Like we talked the other day, if you have the right content out there.
And I keep telling my team, content. We're going to wind down, Bob. Content. We're going to wind down anything, any other nugget you want to share before we wind down? Anything you'd like to add on?
I mean, not much really. I mean, the only thing that I can say probably is because a lot of our people out there, they really don't embrace IT that much.
They should.
And I've seen this a lot. And I would like to encourage people out there to get into the tech space. There's so many opportunities in the tech space, man. I mean, if you're out there and you're smart, right? And you even want to come to the US, and it's not just even the US, everywhere across the world, IT there's a lot of opportunities in the tech space. So I would encourage our people to embrace technology, IT specifically, you know, consulting, you know, because that's really where the money is also.
There we go, guys. Listen, IT once again, Africa Diaspora Connects, as we're having our children pick their majors, let's also consider what majors they're picking. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, we're not there. At the end of the day, they're doing the hard work, they're doing the heavy lifting, but guide them. And as like Bob said, you know, there's a huge space in IT. There are 2 professions in this country where you'll always have a job as I wind down. A nurse or someone doing something in STEM. And that's also part of nursing. So guys, pick your majors right. Mr. Bob Mwiti, we're going to follow your journey. We want to hear your success stories. We can't wait for the first graduate to come out of your program to highlight that. May the wind be at your back.
Thank you so much, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to be in your platform. Thank you so much.
Seize the day. Carpe diem. Thank you, my brother. Africa Diaspora Connect. I'm your host, the one and only Kevade Gaturu KG, Bondsman saying sayonara. Later, man.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.
You've been watching Success with Bomweti Show, brought to you by Upstake America. Come back next time to hear more steps and missteps that I took on the path to becoming a successful immigrant in USA. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.